My name is Azira Salihovic, and in this informative speech, I'm going to talk about article Improving Medication Adherence by Using Practitioner Nonverbal Techniques, a field experiment on the effect of touch by Nicholas Eugene, Sebastian Maineri, and Virginia Charles Sire. I would like to talk this informative speech by transferring a message from this picture which states no other form of communication is as universally understood as touch. The compassionate touch of a hand or a reassuring hug can take away our fears, soothe our anxieties, and fill the emptiness of being lonely. By saying this, I would like to say that touch is a fundamental part of human experience. As we can see from this picture, it's actually showing how a nurse or a provider is caring for their patient by just holding their hand and showing them that we actually care for their well-being and that there is somebody who cares for them. So by saying this, from the moment we are born until the present, touch allows us to explore the world, making an impact on our lives in numerous ways. It can impact our emotional state by conveying security, be it in a form just like a pat in the back or just a warm hug from somebody. But aside from emotional health, can touch help us also in be feeling better physically? According to this article I'm going to talk about, yes, it can. So from this article, I chose researcher Nicholas Eugene to talk about. He is born on November 15, 1964 in France. Nicholas is a professor of social psychology cognitive science at the University of Southern Brittany. He obtained a doctorate in a social psychology program at the University of Rennes too, after a degree in computer engineering. According to academictree.org, he received his authorization to conduct research at the University of Provence Aix-Marseille-Levin. According to this organization, Nicholas for years has been researching the science of heterosexual courtship. He and his colleagues have published multiple papers on what makes a woman likely to go out with a man. Another thing I found interesting about Nicholas is that he published many articles together with his colleague Sebastian Maineri, and they worked together on this article that I'm going to talk about of medication adherence. So, as we know, patients who don't listen to their doctors have been a part of widely known problem of non-adherence, which means they are not compliant with their medications. When patients don't comply, it's a lose-lose situation because doctors lose their valuable time and patients don't get better. But psychologists and these researchers have found a possible way to solve this through the power of touch. In an experiment by Eugene, Maineri, and Charles Sire, 2010, touch has been shown to improve patient compliance. In this study, 326 patients who were diagnosed with pharyngitis have split into two groups. The first receiving touch contact from the doctor and the other with a simple verbal request. In both conditions, the doctor was asked to say, "It is very important for you to take your medications in order to prevent a reoccurrence of disease." The first group, however, received 1 to 2 seconds of slightly touch in their forearm. 7 days later, these patients who received touch contact had lesser pills left in their medicine box than those patients that they didn't receive a touch from their provider. They just received a verbal recommendation. So results show that touch increased medication adherence in both male and female patients. Overall, though, females tend to comply better than men did. Additionally, touch led to a greater perception of concerns for the patients, and the practitioner also received a boost in their ratings of competency. At the end, these three researchers found that a practitioner tactile contact combined with a verbal recommendation to take medication as prescribed was associated with greater adherence by the patients as prescribed by the greater adherence by the patient than when no touch contact was made. Touch was also associated with an increase in patients' ratings, their practitioner competency, and practitioner concern for the patients. So I found another two articles which are published later in 2011 that also talk about healing touch in medicine. One of the articles is by Laura K. Hart, 2011. The name is The Use of the Healing Touch in Integrative Oncology, where it has been proven that this healing touch helped these cancer patients decrease their depression. Another article is by James Asante, 2011. Name of the article is The Art of Medicine and the Power of Human Touch in Medicine. So by saying this, at the end I would like to say, while this study presents a possible way to make patients comply, it also has limitations. For instance, the effect of touch may differ for a different illness, different dose, or different type of medicine. In some countries, touch may be used frequently or infrequently depending on social norms, as we all know. Culture may even be a factor that can still be explored. Nonetheless, this study proves an interesting perspective to touch, one of our senses we usually take for granted. By showing you this picture, I just want to tell you that we can look at how actions, even in this picture, in this case touch, can speak louder than a million words, at least, or to get the message across better, that states there is somebody in this world who cares for you. So at the end, I would like to say it's better to show people that you care for them, especially to your patients. Don't just say that you care for them. Touch them, hug them. Just make them feel that they are actually somebody in this world who cares for them. Thank you so much for listening to my speech.